Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Empowered. Today I have one of my very best friends. We've been friends for over 10 years, Katye Halloran. She is one of my very best friends. She is also, she was the Rookie of the Year. She had a breakout year, her first year in real estate. And she is just, one thing that I love about Katye is her mindset. So I'm so excited for you guys to hear today about how she's continued to be successful in the real estate industry. So welcome, Katye.
Hi, good morning. Thank you, JB, for having me on this podcast. And I am excited to be here and share a little bit of my story with you.
Absolutely. So we've got so much to unpack today. We've got, 20, 30 minutes, and I know we've got a lot to go over. So I want to get started right away. So tell everybody kind of how long you've been in real estate.
So I am walking into my third year of real estate this year. First year out, I was Rookie of the Year. I did a high volume, and second year, I still was in the top 500 in Tulsa in the real producers. And now I am walking into my third year of real estate, and I am projecting to do 14 to 15 million this year.
That's amazing. And I know because we're friends, we talk all the time. You're even getting your real estate license in Florida, which I know since I've known you has been a big goal for you. So tell me a little bit about that. Like what kind of prompted you to do that?
Well, you actually turned me on to Airbnbs, and you opened my eyes to that. And so what better way to, if you're going to purchase an Airbnb, if you can have your real estate license and use your commission to furnish your Airbnb, right? I mean, there you go. Number two, I love Florida. I've always loved Florida. I mean, I probably go there at least 5 times a year, whether it be Disney World or Destin or Miami or whatever. I just love Florida.
Yes.
Also, this is a big vision, but I am currently starting a team in Florida, and also in California, but we're not going to talk about that one today. But I want to have branches of what my vision is in other states. So That's what I'm doing.
Katye, since I've known you, you've always been such a very strong leader. And, for me, you're just a friend who, if I have this crazy vision or I have this idea, you're the person that I can go to, because you always had big visions. And I just really love that about you. I mean, I know that you've recently changed brokerages, and it's opened up a whole new world for your real estate business. So I love that. So let's talk. We're going to get into what's made Katye so successful. But before we do that, let's kind of get into how you transitioned into real estate. I know I met you through you doing my hair almost 10 years ago. And I know you still have that business today. You're a boss babe. You run 2 very successful businesses. But how did you go from being a 6-figure, well, you're still a 6-figure hairstylist, but incorporating real estate and just killing it? I mean, this chick did 7 million her first year. I know that we have listeners out there that maybe they still have a job or are looking to transition into real estate. How were you able to do that and become so successful?
Well, I had to be consistent in everything that I was doing. I had to consider, there's things that are very important to me in my life. One is my health. So I had to, instead of getting up at 7 in the morning to go work out, I had to start getting up at 5 in the morning to go to the gym so I could have that out of the way. I have 2 small boys at home. I needed to be home to get them off on the bus. I needed to start my day earlier at the salon, and my laptop and my notebook went with me everywhere. And, while clients were processing or, in between, I would be on the phone making the call to people that I knew that were wanting to buy or sell, or letting everybody that I knew, hey, I'm a realtor now. Who do you know? And writing contracts at the salon, leaving the salon to run and do a home inspection. I mean, it's my life is very, every minute in my life is important. So I try to maximize, my time as much as I can. So it can be done. You can have two careers. I know a lot of people say, well, you can't be a successful agent if you're not in it full time. I mean, you can, but you have to work it full time, along with your other job. So it's not like you have this 9 to 5 and you go home and chill and watch Netflix. It's not, I don't watch TV.
Right. I know you don't. It's so weird. I tell you to watch Netflix. And you're like, I don't do that. You have to show, Katie. You're like, no, I don't have time for that. So I kind of want to break that down just a little bit. I think a huge misconception for new agents or agents wanting to get into the business is that, I hear this all the time. I want to get my real estate license. It's flexible. I can kind of work my own hours. Agents like you and I don't see things that way. And I think that one of the things, being a veteran agent, that I've seen in you from the very beginning is you took that and you know that it's a hustle. You know that you've got to double down your time. You've got to treat it like a business. I mean, the fact that you were working in clients in between your hair clients, I've seen you do it. I've been at the salon and I've seen you do it. It is a constant hustle and grind, and you have to be consistent. So
nothing easy is worth having. If it was, everybody would be doing it. Real estate is definitely a hustle. I got my car a year and a half ago, and I got it with 20,000 miles. I have 80,000 miles on my car right now. So real estate, it is a hustle. You are on other people's time. You're working for them. You know what I mean? So you have to make it work. I mean, if you want it, you have to want it. You have to be hungry. It's not going to fall into your lap. And I think that comes with, even with baby hairstylists that are coming to me and, how did you do this? You have to go out and get it. It's not coming to you. You've got to be very active on social media. You have to be very intentional. You have to be consistent, and you have to be aligned with the right people who are going to push you and share your same vision.
Right. I totally believe in that, which we'll get into that here in just a minute. I think alignment is probably one of the most powerful forces you can have in your life. So let's start to kind of get into, you've already touched on it a little bit, but let's start to get into what everybody's here for. And, I know that there's new agents, there's seasoned agents. They're watching this, wanting to know how you became so successful. So you and I have had these private conversations where we've talked about these things, but I'll just start with the first one that you've already said, and that was consistency. So we've touched that a little bit. I know in my business, the consistency is, I always tell people, when I was in full-on production, there's two modes. I'm either showing and listing houses, or I'm calling clients. That is what I'm doing 8 to 5. So tell me a little bit about your journey with that and how you've been able to stay consistent in your business.
Honestly, everybody that I come in contact with, I'm bringing up real estate.
Yes.
Every person that I come in contact with gets a business card from me.
Yes, I love that.
You know what? One of my friends, she's also a real estate agent. I hope she's watching. But one of my friends, she gave me this analogy. She said, you know what I love about you? She said, you don't take no. If you took 23 paper clips and you lined them out and you got on the phone, you'd probably get 22 no's. So you could take a paper clip away and you'd be down to 1. But for every 22 no's you're going to get 1 yes. Absolutely. That is consistency. People will tell you no, and that's okay. You just go to the next one. Guess what? Everybody needs somewhere to live.
Absolutely.
Everybody's getting married, or unfortunately getting divorced. They're upsizing, they're downsizing, they're first-time home buyers. It's consistency. So utilize social media. If you're not posting every day, what are you doing? It takes 5 minutes.
Right. Nobody can be a part of your business if you have a secret business. You're absolutely right. And I think that's one of the things that all top producers is they put that fear aside, and that fear of failure, that fear of rejection, they put it aside and just do it. Darren Hardy has a video. I've watched it. I have my team watch it. If you guys get a chance, just go type in YouTube, Darren Hardy failure. He has this analogy to where he literally, when he was starting out in real estate, he would go knock on 50 doors. And his goal every day was to get 50 no's. So as he was knocking, he would get a no, and he would be so happy because that's just as close. I mean, he was closer to being done for the day. But what started to happen is he started to get a yes. Those people that had told him no started to call him back. And he outsold every agent in his market that year. So I always like to remind myself of that, as realtors, sometimes we're in the trenches. I mean, it is not fun what we're doing in the background, but our goal is to help people, whether they want to buy real estate or sell real estate, but we have to get out there and put ourselves out there.
Exactly. And like I said, if it was that easy, everybody would be doing it. So it's really you versus you. It's you versus you. What are you going to do today to get that goal that you're going after? Are you going to sit there and say, well, I sure would like to sell 5 million this year? Or are you going to go and you're going to do something about it? Because nothing's going to fall in your lap. So for me, it was just being consistent. I used my, everybody that I knew, everybody knows I'm a realtor. Why? Because I put it out there. Every single person. So what happens is that starts to snowball. Well, you should call Katie. You know what I mean? Right. And that's how it goes. And then after about a year, you start getting referrals. You do a good job for people. You show integrity, you show up, you answer the phone. Oh my gosh, that's one of the biggest things. Realtors don't answer the phone. Do not answer the phone.
It's attached to your hand like this at all times, and you answer your phone. That's a big one. So I want to bring up kind of your second part of your success, your like tip, trick, or idea that you've done. And this is one of my favorite. We talked about it last week with Katie Worley. So I am starting to see, as I'm interviewing these top agents, the mindset of habits and the law of attraction. You and I people probably think we're nuts because they're like, what are you girls doing? But you know what? When you write it down and you put it out there, things happen. And so I want you to talk a little bit about your philosophy on law of attraction and how that's not only helped your business, but helped you in your personal life and your, everything.
Okay, well, a lot of people don't know this about me, and so it's going to get a little personal, but I'm going to go ahead and put it out there because I think that if I can be authentic and share my story, and if one person can hear this and it can help them, then that's great. I've done my job. So I don't come from money. I do not come from, I didn't go to college. I don't come from a family, a great family. I have a father who was a drug addict and in prison and grew up very hard. And unfortunately, I went through a lot of struggles, but those struggles made me who I am today. But what changed my life, and I swear by this, I watched this movie, and people think I'm crazy, and I tell everybody about it, and it's called The Secret, and you can watch it on Netflix. Please, if you believe in the law of attraction, you need to watch this movie.
Yeah.
I watched that movie, and I implemented everything I learned from that movie in my life. I was a waitress. I was in school to be a hairstylist. Things started happening that were unexplanatory. It was through my faith, through the law of attraction, through consistency, and through being positive that I got where I am. I walked out of hair school and into a booth. I went from that booth my first year making over $100,000. Next thing I know, I have a hair company based out of Miami, Florida, reaching out to me, and I became an educator for them and started certifying stylists in Oklahoma and surrounding states. But it was all through the law of attraction, because every single morning, no matter what everything around me looked like, I didn't let that stop me. I wrote down what I wanted. I wanted to be a six-figure hairstylist. I would write that down every morning. I am so happy and grateful now that I am a six-figure hairstylist.
Yes.
Blah, 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 all my things that I wanted to do. And guess what? Those seeds started blooming. They took off. And then you came in my life.
Oh.
You looked me up.
Katie in a phone book. I had just moved to Tulsa. This is when, I don't even know why I had a phone book, to be honest, because this was still like 2011. But I had a phone book and I was like, I've got to find a hairstylist here. And I, of all people that could have picked up the phone, of all the salons I could have called, of all the stylists at the salon I called that could have picked up the phone, it was Katie. And from there, this amazing friendship was built. So
you told me that I should get my real estate license, and I tinkered with it. And then I thought, I'm making all this money doing hair, but what am I going to do for retirement? Because I make this money as fast as I get it, I'm spending it. Come on.
Your feet. It's the hair.
All
The hair is hard. Yeah.
All day long.
Standing 14 hours a day some days, sometimes longer. I've seen you do longer days.
So I listened to you. I got my real estate license, and here's a fun fact: I had to take that test 6 times, but I finally
took it 4.
But you know what? I didn't give up. I kept going, and I was like, kept implementing the law of attraction. I kept implementing the positivity. I read a lot because there's so much negativity in our world. You turn on the news, you're going to see COVID. You're going to see all the doom and gloom. You have to put in yourself what you want to come out. I believe in that wholeheartedly.
So I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
Well, so I believe I heard, I cannot remember because I'm one of those crazy people who just soak in. I'm Tony Robbins, Jim Rohn, like all these people. So I don't remember who said this, but okay, think about the food that we put in our body. So if we put bad food, it shows up, right? We gain weight, our skin gets unhealthy, gets all messed up, whatever. It's the same thing with our mind. So whatever you're putting in, if you're constantly putting in negativity into your life and your thoughts, that is what's going to show up in your life.
Exactly.
So to me, that's a very simple way of explaining the law of attraction. If I want to be 125 pounds, I can't wake up and tell myself every day, there's no way I can do it. I'm fat, I'm this, I'm that. Because whatever, the words that you speak are so powerful. And you have to speak good over your life. So I love that Katie and I have this, morning routine to where we start our day with asking for things as if they've already happened. Like I love living on the beach. I love being financially stable. I love whatever our goals are, we're constantly writing those down. Because the more that we're thinking about that, the more that we're going to start, those things are going to start showing up in our life. So it's one of my favorite things.
I read something, and it says that we have about 50,000 thoughts a day, the average person. And I read something that said, and it really stuck with me, instead of being your own worst critic, be your own coach. Because every day you have these thoughts. Well, I'm never going to lose weight. I'm never going to meet the person of my dreams. I'm never going to do this. Change those thoughts around. Stop being so critical. Change those thoughts and say, I am going to lose weight, because to ensure that, I'm going to go to the gym 6 days a week, and I'm going to be aware of what I put in my mouth. I am going to hit this sales quota. You know why? Because I'm going to make the phone calls that I need to make, and I'm going to put myself out there, and I'm going to take rejection and use it as a learning tool.
Absolutely. Yeah. You've got to do that. So that's something that I've probably implemented. I learned about the law of attraction probably about 5 years ago. And if you knew me then and you knew me now, it totally transformed my entire life, and in more ways than I can count. It's been an amazing journey. So go watch the movie, because it is good. It gives you a really good foundation to
watch the movie. I mean, and I'm not sitting here saying that wake up and, you have to put action behind what you want. Yes, sit and write down your goals. Sorry, there's my dog. Sit and write down your goals and, put good in, but you also have to put action behind what you want. But you just have to know that in life, there's going to be things that are going to put you down on your back. There's going to be things that are happening. You have to predetermine that when those things come, you're going to get back up and you're going to keep pushing.
Absolutely.
Because failure is not an option. We got to keep going. You just got to push for what you want. If everybody would take that mindset and implement that in their life and real estate, personal, whatever, I mean, it really does make a huge difference. It's all the small things that you do consistently that change.
And I want to just kind of bring up a point here. I think a lot of newer agents, even seasoned agents, that kind of look up to top producers in their markets. I think one of the biggest misconceptions is that it's all sunshine and rainbows. You guys, producers have failed more than anybody. They just get back up and don't stay down long. We're like, well, that didn't work. Okay, what now? Let's try something else. So
I do want to say this for new agents that are watching and they're like, I want to come out the gate doing 10 million a year. You have to have a mentor. JB was my mentor. I would call her, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how to write this contract. Literally, I'd come to her house crying all hours. Real estate doesn't stop. Your phone starts, it does not stop. And you have to have a good mentor that's going to teach you. There's a saying, give a man a fish, he'll eat for a day. Teach a man a fish, he'll teach a man how to fish, he'll eat for the rest of his life. Right. And you taught me how to fish. You taught me real estate. And I am forever grateful for that because you changed my life and you changed my kids' lives. So all these agents out here, you have to find a mentor because here, a lot of times what happens is you get your real estate license, your broker signs you up and they're like, hey, here's your business cards, go do it.
Here's your announcement cards, mail these out. Here's your business cards. Come to a class. It's you. And Katie, that goes back to alignment. I feel like, even before I was successful, before I was, had a team and, whatever, successful, I was the agent at 21 years old that would go ask the people, and I've talked about this before, I would go ask the person that I respected the most, what advice do you have? What can you do? Like, how can I, what should I be doing? And I would be in conversations with those people with anything in my life. Just here recently, I knew nothing a year ago about Airbnbs, nothing. So when I don't know something, rather than me trying to go and reinvent the wheel and, take the long road, I go get into conversations with people, literally pick up the phone. Hey, I know you're a rock star at Airbnbs. What advice can you give me? Can I take you to lunch? Can I, how can you teach me what you're doing? Right. And it's amazing what people will do. They'll help you. So make sure that you get in alignment with people that have your same goals, and don't be afraid to get into those conversations. I know Katie and I both take a ton of phone calls every week to help agents. I mean, I was on the phone 3 times this morning already before we got on here. Because I know that along my journey, people have helped me. And the only correct response to that is to pay it forward and help somebody else.
Absolutely.
So Katie, where do you think, where are we going to see you in the next 5 years, let's say?
Katie sells Tulsa. No. In the next 5 years, I'm building my organization right now. I recently moved brokerages and I went to EXP. And with EXP, I'm able to start teams in different states. I want to have my team in Florida. That's where I'm really focusing my attention right now. I have several agents already on my team that I am mentoring. And I want to be, in 5 years from now, I want to be not opening doors anymore, but I want to be helping other agents open doors, and I want to be teaching other agents how to get where I got. And I want to give back, add value to people's lives. You know what I mean? And I want to be able to listen. Real estate is a hustle. There's some nights I don't get home till 10, 11 o'clock at night, and it's worth it. It's very lucrative. But I also like to be able to retire one day and to be able to enjoy the fruits of my labor. And when I get to that point, which is it's coming, and great, thank God with this company I can retire now. With the stocks and revenue share and everything else that they offer. So I'm super thankful that I'm back over where I need to be. But in 5 years from now, my main focus is going to be, I want to be a mentor to agents, and I want to help people get where they want to go.
I love that. Well, Katie, we have gone over a lot of things today. I know.
I feel like it was all like this, but that's
how we are. We're like this. That's how most agents are. So I'm pretty sure they're going to appreciate this. So I really appreciate you coming and talking to me this morning. If agents want to reach out to you, what is the best way for them to get in touch with you?
Call me. Find me on Facebook, Katye Halloran. Find me on Instagram. My phone number is 918-804-6991. I am building a team right now here in Tulsa. You have to be like-minded. You got to be positive. You got to get up and you got to want it, and you got to be hungry. And if that's you, call me, because I am starting a team right now. So, and if anybody's looking, just needs a mentor, or, you need some advice, or if I can help you in any way, call me. That's all you got to do is just call.
Yeah.
Just call me.
I love it. Well, Katie, thank you so much for being here today. And I cannot wait to see what happens for you in your future.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.